Hello and welcome to Fingers on Plastic. I'm Little Dave and this is another Masters of the Universe Super 7. And as you can tell, this is the main bad guy himself, it's Skeletor. Now this is slightly different to the ones I've bought before, as it's in a Japanese style box. That's also obviously a window box. Some really nice artwork on the front there. I'll turn him round. Real nice artwork again on the back, on the side, and some really nice artwork on the back. Obviously there's no product shots on the back, it is literally just artwork. And again on the other side. Right, that was just a quick look at the box, not a lot of information on this one, so I shall crack him open and we'll have a look inside. Right, Skeletor's out of his packaging. Now, I have in all the other videos shown you the mini comic at this point, but unfortunately, well, not mini comic, the card replacing the mini comic, but unfortunately this one, with it being the Japanese box, doesn't come with one. So it's just straight onto the figure. So as you can see, he is made to look more like his Filmation version. So obviously his head sculpt for a start, his cowl is obviously shaped more like it was in the cartoon, whereas on the original figure it's more rounder. His face sculpt as well, obviously definitely more skull-like. I know the original toy is, but there was a lot more sort of bright yellows and greens on there, whereas this one is a bit more sort of subtle. Still nice though. I don't think he's quite as good as, say, Merman or Beastman for capturing that Filmation look, but it is still pretty decent. I think it's probably a little bit harder to work with that. The actual sculpting of the actual skull is pretty decent though, and I do like that. So, as usual, I'll have a quick look at his power punch as well. Yeah, quite a decent one. Not too much of a wobble, like I always complain about. But yeah, he's obviously his armour is designed to look a lot like the original toy, but obviously the colouring is more in line with the Filmation cartoon. Like I pointed out before, the original toy would have hands like kind of fins on his arms here. Again, with all of these, they're all more sort of standard body. And he did have more of a sort of web feet in the original toy, but again, with it being the Filmation look. And that's not the case here. So, let's have a look at his accessories. So first of all, is his classic Havok staff. So, getting that in there. If he wants to go in, there we go. Now obviously the sculpt and the colouring again on this is based on his Filmation style. The original toy was just a solid dark purple. And obviously the sculpt, if it wants to stay in there. There we go. I don't know if he's going to stand up very well with that in. There we go. Yeah, the sculpt on there was obviously slightly different as well in the toy. This is obviously being copied more, as I say, from the Filmation cartoon. But it's still pretty cool. Right, now it comes with two other accessories. One is the power sword, or the purple Skeletor version. Now this is something what the original toy came with. This wasn't continued over into the cartoon. This is more the lore of the actual toys, or what was in the mini comics. Obviously He-Man in the cartoon is the only one to have the power sword. This in the toys would have been Skeletor's version. Now this is a full power sword, which is all the way round, because his other accessory is a half power sword, like the original toy. Now the reason why, if you don't know, it was half a power sword, was the original idea behind it was that the He-Man sword and the Skeletor sword both clipped together to form one sword, and whoever had that would then be able to open, and you could do this, slot it in the gate of your Castle Grayskull toy, and it would open the gate, and then whoever there would be obviously the person who would conquer Castle Grayskull. But obviously that was something what was not continued over into the cartoon. So basically in the cartoon, Skeletor never had a power sword. And it was never sort of pointed out that he, you know, wanted to capture He-Man's one. That was just He-Man's source of power, or where he got the power of Grayskull from. So I'll have a quick look. I won't put them both in. I'll just stick that one in his hand. But there he is. It's quite nice. Again, with that type of thing, I would keep him to probably just having his Havoc staff. And not bother with that one. But yeah, it is pretty cool. I like him. I did have a Skeletor when I was a kid. It was the Dragon Blast one, not the original one. So it's my first time owning a Skeletor like this. But yeah, he's really cool. Again, like I say, he's not my favourite out of the bunch of the bad guys I've had out of this range. I prefer the other 3 bad guys I've had. I don't know, I mean, the sculpting is really, really nice on this figure. I don't know, I just think there's a little bit more detail on them. He's not quite captured his Filmation look. But again, that could be just the fact it is just, you know, a sculpt face. So it's not as easy to capture in this scale or how they've done it. But as usual, a little bit of articulation in his arms up and down. Yes, splits in the legs. And there isn't much of a head turn with his armour getting in the way a little bit there. But there is just a tiny bit. Now, as usual, just me little bit of a comparison for height with the original He-Man. And you can see with this new light box I've got, and I can actually get stuff properly set up, they are approximately the same height. Right, that's me done for this quick review. There's another one coming up, and then after that, I'm done with this retro line. Right, I'll see you all next time.
Fingers on plastic.